Most people don't get rich for one simple reason. They never get started. They wait, they plan, they talk, but they don't move. In chapter 8 of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki gives you a blueprint to change that. This chapter is all about one thing: taking action on the financial future you say you want. So if you have been listening, learning, but still haven't taken that next step, this is the chapter that shows you how to finally begin. For those new here, I'm Muzaffar Teja, qualified accountant, investment banker, and your guide to cutting through the noise of finance. On this channel, we don't just talk about money, we talk about owning your life. Think personal finance systems, self-development framework, wealth building mindsets, and investment strategies that actually work. If that's your vibe, hit subscribe and ring the bell. We drop game-changing content every week. Kiyosaki starts this chapter with a tough truth. The world is full of smart, talented, educated, broke people. Why? Because they never get started. They are waiting for the right time, waiting for the right idea, waiting for more money, waiting to feel ready. But the wealthy don't wait. They understand that clarity comes from action, not overthinking. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be brave. Chapter 8 is Kiyosaki's 10 steps game plan to get you moving, no matter where you are starting from. Kiyosaki lays out 10 action principles to help you shift from passive observer to active wealth builder. Here they are at a glance. Find a reason greater than reality. Make daily choices. Choose your friends wisely. Master a formula, then learn a new one. Pay yourself first. Pay your broker well. Be an Indian giver. Use assets to buy luxuries. Choose heroes. Teach you and you shall receive. Let's now break these down one by one with modern practical examples. Kiyosaki says you need a why that's stronger than your fear. The reason or purpose is the driving force behind success. This is about emotional fuel. Want freedom for your family? Tired of financial anxiety? Want to leave your job and build your own thing? Write it down. Visualize it. This becomes your anchor, especially when doubt creeps in. No strategy works without emotional clarity. Money follows mission. You build wealth in a small, quiet moment. Do I read or scroll? Do I save or spend? Do I invest or delay? Each decision is a step towards financial independence or financial slavery. Start tracking 3 money decisions you make each day, 1 small risk you take each week, 1 learning activity you do each week. This builds momentum and awareness, the foundation of wealth. Who do you spend time with is equal to who you become financially. The rich talk about money, the poor avoid it. You don't need rich friend, you need financially curious friend. Create an environment where talking about investing is normal, taking calculated risk is encouraged, saving and learnings are celebrated. Online communities count, so do books, so does this channel. Feed your circle and your mind. Kiyosaki says most people learn one formula and stick with it for the life. That's why they don't grow. For example, they learn, go to school, get a job, save money, and that's it. But the rich constantly upgrade, from employee to investor, from saver to builder, from budgeting to asset creation. Keep evolving, learn how to sell, learn about taxes, learn about business credit, learn how to scale. The more formula you understand, the more wealth options you unlock. This is Rich Dad Classic. Pay yourself first, even if you are broke. Why? Because it flips your psychology. Most people pay bills, spend money, save what's left. The rich invest or save first, then live on the rest. This habit forces discipline. Start with auto investing into an index fund, saving 10% before touching expenses, contributing to a business idea fund even if it's £20 a month. This one habit changes everything. Kiyosaki says, the more money my broker makes me, the more I pay him. Now that sounds counterintuitive, right? But here is the mindset shift. Don't be cheap with people who grow your wealth. Whether it's a great accountant, a smart investment advisor, a contractor who helps you flip a property, a digital marketer who grows your brand. Pay them well, because wealthy people leverage expertise. They don't try to do everything themselves. If you want to go far, go with others, and pay them fairly. This is also a reminder to build your financial team early. This outdated term, which we will rephrase as strategic investor, refers to investing with the expectation of getting your money back plus return. Kiyosaki says rich invest with an exit strategy. They expect returns. When you lend money to a business, invest in a startup, buy a stock, start a side hustle, ask, when do I expect return? How do I measure success? What's my backup plan? It's not selfish, it's strategic. You don't give money away, you plan it and expect a harvest. This one is pure rich dad gold. The poor and middle class buy luxuries with earned income. The rich buy luxuries with assets income. For example, want a car? Build a small dividend portfolio that pays the monthly lease. Want to take a trip? Use income from digital product or YouTube revenue. Train yourself to delay the purchase. Build or invest in an asset. Let that asset buy the thing. This builds discipline, motivation, long-term financial intelligence. It also makes spending feel like a reward, not a liability. Kiyosaki says heroes make it easier to tap into your genius. Find people whose journey you can study and model. Warren Buffett for value investing, Elon Musk for boldness, Oprah for reinvention, Naval Ravikant for wealth and freedom mindset, and yes, add Robert Kiyosaki himself. Surround yourself with people who normalize winning. Remember, if they did it, so can I. Use your heroes to pull you forward. Teaching forces clarity. When you share a concept, you retain it longer. You spot gaps in your understanding. You inspire others and reinforce your own beliefs. Start small. Explain a concept to a friend. Record a short video on a book you read. Share what you learned from this chapter in a comment or a post. When you teach, you grow. And the more value you give, the more value comes back. Kiyosaki says, giving makes you richer. That includes knowledge. Here is the truth. You already know enough to take your first step. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need full confidence. You don't need permission. You need a reason, a routine, a refusal to quit. Pick one action today. Read one investing article. Start a tiny investment. Call someone smarter than you. Track your income and expenses. Sell something online. Teach someone what you just learned, because actions are greater than analysis. Ready is a myth. Movement builds clarity. This chapter echoes what many top thinkers preach. James Clear, Atomic Habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This entire chapter is about building those systems. Tony Robbins, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. Start messy, refine later. Ramit Sethi, I will teach you to be rich. Automation beats willpower. Systems beat motivation. Don't delay on hustle. Build processes. Alex Hermesy, volume builds skills. Just get more reps in than anyone else. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Kiyosaki's message here is timeless. Don't just read the book, apply the book. That's what separates learners from readers. So what's stopping you? Waiting for more time? Waiting for the perfect business idea? Waiting to feel ready? Kiyosaki's final point is this: if you want to go somewhere, it is best to find someone who has already been there. That's what chapter 8 is, a map from someone who's already walked the path. Now it's your turn. The journey doesn't start when you're ready. It starts when you decide to begin anyway. Let me ask you, what's one action you will take today to move towards financial independence? Drop that in the comments. I want to hear how you are getting started. If this breakdown helped you, give it a like, share it with a friend who's stuck on the sideline, and hit subscribe, because we go deep every week. Next up, we enter chapter 9. Still want more? Here are some to-dos. It's the final punch that pulls everything together. I'm Muzaffar Teja, and I'll see you in the next one.